Cabin fever. It's real. Regardless of where you fall on the personality spectrum, even our most introverted of introverts are going to arrive at a point where they start to bug out a little bit in isolation. So what I thought I might do is start by acknowledging that cabin fever is going to impact all of us in our own way. And a mistake that some people like to make, particularly in my world, the positive psych universe, is to pretend that everything's unicorns and rainbows. When in fact, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is not to pause and acknowledge, hey, at the moment, not having a blast, struggling for these reasons, sharing about that and talking about it, but also leaning into the amazing fact that regardless of how long this lasts, it's definitely transient. And I encourage all of us to keep that word top of mind. But what I thought I'd do as a favor is give you guys 3 of my tips on what to do to wrestle against cabin fever. So the first one is make sure you start to build some rituals into your day. You guys would be aware of it, but as creatures of habits, when we have our rituals disrupted or our routine thrown out, often what happens is we start to slide into territory where we don't feel psychologically safe. So an example I often like to talk about is those of us that usually catch the train into work. You often go to the same place on the platform, stand in the same area, jump onto the same section of the carriage and sit in a similar seat. And although no one told you to do that, you'll do it day in and day out. And the reason for that is because even at the subconscious level, the last time you sat there, nothing bad happened. And so you're going to sit there again without even thinking about it. So as we start to move the goalposts around and routine gets disrupted, it's quite natural for us to start to lean in towards the melancholy. And so one thing I encourage is, what are you doing to build in some rituals to your day? Do you like to head to your coffee machine in the morning? I've got a particular coffee spoon that I like, that I sing a little song with as I stir my coffee. I've removed the no junk mail thing off my letterbox, and so I like to go down there and pull out some of the trashy catalogs and see all the things that I don't plan on buying. Another thing I wanted you guys to think about was building time into your day to call someone. Call someone you like, someone you respect, someone you trust, someone who you haven't spoken to for a while, and commit to not talking about 3 things. Don't talk about the pandemic, don't talk about money, and don't talk about work. So call someone, have a chat to them, and inside that phone call, I would encourage you guys to build in at least one statement that sounds like gratitude. So telling them something that you're grateful for. Silver lining hunting, not hard to do. And the final thing I thought I'd suggest to you guys is build a bit of time into your day to create some nonsense. Now, I know we might have lost a few people at that suggestion, but deliberately going out of your way to put playfulness, silliness, fun, and laughter into the day as part of your routine is going to be a great way to start to remap those synaptic pathways. Don't allow what's going on to gear us or hardwire us towards negativity. So one of the things I like to do, as an example of nonsense, I like to say to my friends, okay, well, here's my new routine as I head in to work on the COVID-19 highway. This is how I like to start my day.